What's up, fellas? Today we're gonna go Bigfoot hunting. Now, I am in North Carolina, which is on the East Coast, and I think Bigfoot is like a West Coast thing. But I don't know, maybe I'm gonna find like a skunk ape or something, dude. I don't know. But I did bring my doohickeys with me. Right? I got a high power flashlight, which isn't that high power anymore because I used to use it so much, and the batteries are kind of old. I don't know. So. We'll be fine. And then the second thing I have on me right now is a check the brand, is a Timberwolf buck knife. It's a pretty nice knife, relatively new, like $30. I forgot where I got it, so good luck if you're trying to look for one. But it's pretty big, around the size of my head, so we'll see what we can do. Just in case if it pops off. I don't know, dude. Now, I just so happen to live in the middle of a forest right behind a lake. So it's pretty easy for me to just walk a couple hundred feet and, be in the middle of a forest. But right now I'm just trying to go deeper into the forest, get myself a little bit lost just for dramatic effect or whatever. I don't know, dude, but well, I hope we find something. It must have been Bigfoot. So I was looking online, and apparently a good way to tell if Bigfoot has been somewhere would be large footprints. But the area that I'm in now, it's very kind of solid ground, so I don't think it's heavy enough to really leave any proper footprints. And apparently another way to tell would be is if there have been trees that are broken or bent in odd positions. So we're gonna try to keep a lookout for those as well. I'm not talking about little smaller trees like that. I'm talking about sizable trees, ones that Bigfoot would be able to knock down. Looks like we've come upon something right here. I see it. This has been snapped, but because the wood is a lot darker on the inside, I believe that means it's been snapped quite a while ago. Whereas you see sticks on the ground that they've been freshly snapped. It's much brighter on the inside. That means it's a fresh break. Something was just there. But this is dark, so maybe Bigfoot was here. He's just moved on to another position. Either way, we just got to keep looking. Maybe we'll find something. Maybe we'll get lucky. All right, well, we can see that this tree here has been knocked down, and a little bit further over here, we can see that it's been snapped off again. So I ran into another one of those earlier. It wasn't the one that I showed on video, but it was another tree. It looked like it had been uprooted, but it was so big. I was like, I don't know if Bigfoot can do that. But then I found another one, so I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe. So maybe Bigfoot has been through this area. But like I mentioned earlier with the fresh breaks, I don't think he's been here for a very long time. Or maybe, I don't know. So something else I saw on the internet was that a Sasquatch's eyes emit light. So apparently if I see a pair of yellow, red, or white lights looking at me from the forest, I'll know. Or then again, it could just be the sheen from like a coyote or something. Or maybe something else that just doesn't want me alive right now. But you know what? Hey, we'll figure it out. So right now, I don't see anything. And I don't see nothing right now. And now, see, I got a bit of a story to tell. So as mentioned earlier, I live in the middle of the forest. So I know a thing or two about, the woods and being out back here. But another thing is that I used to be in Boy Scouts. And I was in the scouting program for 9 years of my life. Started as a Cub Scout, then you go to like Wildcat or something, and it's tiger, like bear, wolf. And then you're a Weeblo 2, and then you move on to Scouts. Then you don't have a rank, and then you move on to Scout, Tenderfoot, I think it's second class, first class, Life, Star, and then Eagle. Or maybe it might be Star, Life, and then Eagle, something like that. It's been a very long time since I left the program, but all in all, I know quite a bit about the woods and, you know, being out back here. So I feel like I'd be able to tell if something was off or something was wrong, you know. So I'm pretty confident that if there is a Bigfoot or something out here, then I would know. All right, so if you remember earlier, I mentioned that I live behind a lake. And so I walked down the lake and I have a really good, you know, view of the entire forest from here. I could see, you know, the whole tree line and things like that. But unfortunately, I do not see anything right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is walk to a different part of the lake, maybe further that way, and see if I can find anything over there. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, whatever. All right, well, I found an old flip-flop right here, so I don't know, maybe that means Bigfoot got somebody, but looking around, I don't see the other flip-flop, so maybe that's indicative of somebody being chased off really quick, you know, because it's kind of an odd position to leave a flip-flop in, you know, but I don't know. Right there, there's another uprooted tree. So maybe Bigfoot does that to mark his trails or mark his territory. I'm honestly not too sure, but whatever it is, it's another one in the general vicinity as the ones from earlier. So maybe he is around here. I don't know. So I've come across another object here, which would be a lighter that was left here. I noticed some of it still isn't rusted, so it couldn't have been left here that long. And well, I guess it don't work. Interesting. So I don't think it's been there that long, but it certainly is kind of crushed up, I guess, if you know what I mean. So maybe there's a dude who was wearing flip-flops and he had a lighter with him, and as he was trying to run away, one of his flip-flops fell off, and then that's when Bigfoot kind of picked him up, and maybe he tried to shine the lighter in Bigfoot's face, but Bigfoot smacked it away. Like, man, if you don't get that shit out of my face, you know. But just my theories, just my guesses. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a doo-doo, and I don't think that we found anything really notable. I mean, the amount of knocked down trees in the area was kind of pretty interesting, but other than that, I don't really think we got anything really noteworthy. There were no footprints or weird smells or strange lights or anything like that, you know. So I think maybe I'll come back out here tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, sometime soon. Maybe the next video will be a little bit longer, but I'm gonna make this a part 1. I don't really care if it pops off or not, but I'm kind of just bored and I want to have fun. So also it's getting dark out, and you know, deer, coyotes, whatever. Time to go. Adios. Also, my flashlight is like barely working. Also, it's really dim. I should have brought the floodlight.